Namaste everyone, welcome to Godly Good Guidance. How are you all today? Today we are doing a reading with the title, What Do I Need to Know? Now this is a spread I have picked up from the internet. This is for the people who don't know what question they need to ask the tarot. So yeah, that's a little interesting one, and that's why I thought why not. So we are gonna have 3 piles for you to pick from, and I'm gonna shuffle right here in front of you. Those of you who do not like to see the shuffling part can directly click on their piles, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, or they could directly go on the pile selection and select their respective piles. You can choose more than one pile if you feel the need to do so, and also know that these are general, collective, timeless readings. Everything that is being said in this reading onto you, if you think it resonates, then only take and leave the rest. All right, let's begin. I'm gonna take 4 cards each for the 3 piles. Maybe the first lot would be from here. Second lot would be from here. Okay, I'll put this one into the 3rd part, and for the 4th, I'll take from here. So 3 cards from here. Wait, I need to make the pile right. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. From here, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. These are 3 cards only. From here, I'll take pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Alright, and I'm gonna take 1 blue, 1 pink, and 1 yellow card from the Angel Oracle. So yellow, and yellow, blue, and blue, pink, and pink. Alright, so I have arranged the 3 piles for you. Pile 1, you have this red Carnelian crystal. Pile 2, you have this Sunstone, if I am right, angel, Sunstone angel. Oops. And pile 3, you have this gorgeous green strawberry quartz. I think that's what it is called. So make your choice. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and I will see you at your reading. Hi pile 1s, if you have selected the red carnelian stone, then you have come to your reading. I shall keep this here. The first question I'm gonna ask is what you need to know about. Wow. Do I say anything further? What you need to know about is your love life, square and fair. And what I want to say is that even though this card seems very, very positive to me at this point of time, but I just don't want to go ahead of the game and, build castles in the air for you. But this seems to be a very positive card to begin with, but it does has its negative aspects too, so just wait and watch. So what you need to know about is your love life. Now, how it would affect you is the second one. You have the 7 of Swords. Didn't I say so? That don't run too fast, because if you do, then there are chances of betrayal, there are chances of falling down, there are chances of not seeing the right thing that you need to see in your person, because in the rush of getting into a relationship you may fall flat on your face. So you really need to be careful about that part. Also, for some of you, if love is more about physical intimacy for you, then also it is kind of asked out of you to bring some balance in that respect of your life, because even though it's all good, but there are a lot of elements that are not so good. For instance, the whole idea of commitment towards one person, and if that is not your thing, then it's a thing to think about. That why is it that you have any trust issues in one person? Do you have some childhood traumas related to that? What is the deal? Second of all, when you're randomly going and having physical affairs with people, then there are a lot of chances of diseases and infections, which you really need to be careful of. So that's another important thing to look into. And there are a few more on my mind, but this is all I want to say, that just be careful. If this is you who's just running around everywhere and finding physical intimacy, that in the future you'd not want to regret about it. So just be careful, okay? So it could be both ways, you not being that, but somebody playing out on you for whatever reason, because you're in a hurry and you're like, okay, maybe the first person I see is my person, and then without thinking you go ahead with that person, and then finally figured out that, oh, that's not your person, but by then it's too late. So you really need to take your steps ahead carefully. Okay, next question we have is, what's the answer you need to hear? You have the 6 of Swords. So the thing is that even if you fall into a trouble of the sort that it is kind of showing with the way you are going right now, that if you do end up getting into some trouble, sooner or later you would find a way to come out of that trouble time, or out of that trouble zone. But is it not wise enough to not fall in that ditch hole in first place? Because it can lead to a lot of anxiousness, a lot of stress, a lot of time and energy and resources being wasted. And who knows who all are involved with you. I mean, families, and even, let's say, if it is a committed relation that got into having a child, then even a child. So you don't want to play around with those things, right? Ideally, in an ideal world. So yes, you would come out of the situation if it gets ugly, or if it is already ugly. But why to get in that position in first place? And be a little bit more careful in choosing your partner. But nevertheless, if you are already in this situation where there's something that has already gone off the track, then you are being told that don't worry, there are calmer waters ahead, keep going ahead, and everything will fall into place. All you need to do is hang in there and hold on. Okay, not bad. So next we are going to inquire is how to apply this answer into your life. That if you have to wait and hang on and keep going ahead, how to do that? And the answer is Three of Cups. Beautiful. One way is to be in the company of your near and dear ones, of the ones you know are your well-wishers, of the ones you think are going to support you for the right reasons, and be in their company. And that would help you in moving out of an ugly situation, or who knows, not even falling in that ugly situation in first place. So be in that company, and that would really help you in achieving this time with the grace and poise. At the same time, you're being told that being sad and locking up yourself in confinement is not going to help you more. So what can actually help you better is if you stand up tall, open the door of your room, and get out and do your things the way they should be done. Do your karma, do your duties of as whatever position you have in your life or in society or in your professional life. Do the thing with a smile, with poise, with grace, with faith in God and your destiny, that things would work out fine. And that would actually not just help you in waiting for the right days in your love life better, but that would also push the good times to come faster. Almost like I want to say that, do you see this person rowing the boat, and the smiles that you will have, the work you would do on yourself will give that more charging, more energy to this person rowing the boat, so that it could take the boat further ahead to the times where you can actually feel more calm, more at peace, and who knows, with your real person. I just remembered that I think we're not supposed to show these cards out and about. So yeah, that's kind of hidden now. All right. Now, if you have any time-based question or yes or no card, then this is the time you ask that now. And I always forget which one is the time one and which one is the yes or no one, but I'm guessing this is the yes or no one. So ask your yes or no card now, or don't, and I will still try to match it with the reading and tell you. So the answer is no, and it's a firm no. And the no is that you need to stop building castles in the air, in the sky. What you need to do is do the real thing, do the more logical thing, not just see the bright picture that someone has painted of you or of somebody and just getting attracted towards it. See the reality, see what's the deep meaning behind everything that is being communicated to you. If you don't, then I'm sorry, you are gonna face troubles in the love matters, and that is not gonna take you any further than a point. So yes, be realistic. Otherwise, it's a big no for you, and I am not sure if that is the thing you want in your love life, because it seems like that's the question that was on your mind, and that was what was highlighted for you. Alright, let's see the timeline card, and it's within the next few weeks. So if you had any question on your mind related or unrelated to this reading, then the answer is within the next few weeks. And what I want to say is that within the next few weeks, there is a possibility that whichever stage of your love life you are in, you would go on the next one. Like, let's say you are in that stage wherein you're madly looking for a love partner or somebody, you might actually find somebody and hastily start your relationship with that person. If you've already done that, then maybe you will see the real situation, real face of that scenario. Whether you or they were the wrongdoers in that situation, you would see that phase. If that phase is gone, then maybe you would go through that waiting period wherein there might be some sorrows, there might be some pain, but how you go about that stage, you go it with a happy smile or with sorrowness and depression and stuff like that. Or if you've gone through that wait period, however you have gone, then maybe the last stage wherein things are gonna get into a much better position. So within the next few weeks, the phase is going to change for you, is what I would like to say it for you. And finally, the guidance message for you is improve your health. Well, health is wealth. Health even seems to be part of your love reading, because hey, if you're not healthy, then how are you even gonna get into a relationship in which you can live completely with your partner? And a side meaning to health is not just physical health. Oh, by the way, physical health. Remember I was talking about, contracting something, through physical intimacy. Maybe that is kind of highlighted for some of you when it is talking about health. But what I was going to say before that is that health is not just physical. Health can also be mental and emotional and spiritual. And, there are various ways you can interpret health. Depending on which stage you are in, you are asked to work upon that aspect of your health. And that would definitely help you in this whole situation. All right, so I hope you know by now that what you needed to know. Clearly in this reading it was all about love, and that is what it came through. So you've been given the guidance, and it would be really, really beautiful if you could take the guidance in time, because maybe if you're in the first stage of this whole process, then you can avoid the entire downfalls of the situation altogether. But hey ho, all the best to you. God bless. Let's move on to pile 2. Welcome pile 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this beautiful Sunstone angel, then you have come to your reading. I'll keep that right here. I think for the first pile I had spread this in front of them, but I thought this was much better because that kind of saves time. So let's begin the reading. Let me switch off the air conditioner. I think this is much better. So pile 2s, what do you need to know about? Let's check. You have the King of Swords. What you need to know about how I see this card is that you want to know that whether you would overcome a situation or whether you would achieve something. These two things are coming to my mind. That would you achieve something or would you overcome something if something has already started in your life, which is kind of giving you some challenges at this point of time. So this is what you want to know about. Now let's see how this would affect you. Oh my God, you have the 9 of Swords. It seems like this situation is affecting you quite negatively, and I cannot lie about it. It seems like whatever you want to achieve or whatever this situation you want to come out of is really taking the best out of you. There may be quarrels in the home, there may be quarrels at your workplace, quarrels all around you, or you probably for some of you there might be not just one place where there is a problem happening, but everywhere you're going you're finding problems, and you're not sure when that time will end, when there would be some place for you where you can breathe in with full capacity and with peace and calmness. All you are seeing is sadness, misery, discomfort, losses even. And for some of you, health might also go on a toll. So how this thing would affect you, something that you want to achieve or something that you want to overcome, is like this. This is how it is going to affect you. Now let's say you are wanting to want to pursue some career goal that you're not sure whether you want to go ahead or not, but you're being told that you may go ahead with it and you might even overcome that, but the time won't be so easy for you. There would be rough times for you. You would be scarred. But so if you're ready for that kind of a situation, then definitely dip into the water and start swimming. Otherwise, stay right here. But if you really want to achieve that goal, and if you really want to overcome this situation, whatever it is, it could be health situation, it could be love situation, whatever is on your mind in your current situation, if you're sure you want to achieve that thing, then be ready that this is what is going to happen. wherein there is going to be a lot of chaos, and the result would be positive or not, we don't know yet. It's gonna take a toll on you. So if that thing is so important for you, definitely go ahead. Otherwise, think about it once again, because is this even worth it? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Now, the answer you need to hear is here, and that is Page of Wands. So if your question was, is this thing even worth pursuing? What you are thinking, what you have on your mind, would you even overcome it? Would you even come out of this miserable situation that you might fall into once you start pursuing it? Then the answer is a mild yes. It's not a no, but it's a mild yes. That yes, you would overcome it, but definitely it would have taken a lot of blood and sweat of yours. You would end up achieving something, if not everything on your mind, but you would have some sort of a success that you can call success at that point of time. And that may have changed you from being a good person to a bad person. I'm just saying it in a very layman's language, but you know what I mean. That might you might have to play some dirty games yourself to reach there, or if not you, then you might have to go through some dirty waters to reach there. And definitely you will find some sort of a success in the situation. You would be able to overcome the situation on your mind, and you would be able to achieve what you wanted to achieve to some degree, to some extent, in some way, but not exactly how you wanted. It would be different. And who knows, over the time, you yourself would be like, okay, this is not exactly how I wanted, this is how I wanted, and now I have achieved it. So it won't be exactly what you started, it won't be exactly what it was when you started the journey, but it would be something that you would be almost happy about it and content in that time of your life. And lastly, the question to ask is how to apply this into your life. And the answer is Queen of Wands. Wow. You need to really work on you would really need to prove your mettle to achieve this. You would really need to stand tall and show that demeanor of a person who can be bold and strong and ready to do what it takes to achieve, So this is what you would need to do to achieve this, or even this. You would need to keep your calm. Even if you are scared from inside, you can't show it out to the world. You need to show your happy face to the world. You need to avoid getting distracted. You need to be in that strong position where nobody can shake you. Eyes on the prize kind of a situation. And complete blindfolders for the remaining things. And that's the only way you can come out of this situation. Or that is the only way you can overcome this particular thing that is on your mind, or achieve this particular thing that is on your mind, and even come out of this problem with a lot of control that okay, I wanted this, and now I can't just sit around and moan over it. I need to get out from this bed and do the thing and then achieve whatever it takes. So that's the only way you would be able to achieve what you want to achieve. All right, now let's see what's the yes or no message for you. If you have any question related or unrelated to this reading, you can think of it right now, and if you don't have any, then I would try to relate it to the reading and try to give an explanation. The answer to your question is a yes. So yes, you would need a proper plan, a proper balance of mind, body, and whatever it takes to take yourself ahead to achieve what you want to achieve. And yes, you would be able to achieve, provided you're able to balance yourself out. And the moment you stand up to work towards your goal, after you have faced the hindrances, divine would support you. They would understand that yes, you're not just that a little boy who just wanted a toy. You're that man who wanted to achieve this goal, and for that, he is ready to face any challenges with firmness and with poise and complete determination, come what may. So, yes, the answer to your question is yes. The answer to whether you would achieve this or not is also from a mild yes to a pretty confirmed yes, actually. So, take how it resonates, since this is a general reading. Now, if you have any timeline on your mind, it's within the next few months. So wherever you are in your situation, whether you're just planning to go ahead, you've already gone ahead and faced the challenges, or you have started to stand up tall and work for yourself, or whether you have already started gaining some success through collecting yourself from the setbacks. Wherever you stand now, your next phase is starting within the next few months. So be prepared and be alert. Okay? And your final guidance from the angels is trust. Trust in the procedure, trust in the divine, and trust in yourself, that sooner or later your wishes would materialize, your wishes would come true. But it does require your complete devotion, your complete action, and sort of a purity in what you are asking for and the actions you undertake. If you come across any negative sort of situations or people, how you overcome those situations would make you that person that you would be remembered for some reason. I want to say that. All right, so that's pile 2 for you guys. Let's move on to pile 3. Hello pile 3s. If you have chosen the green strawberry quartz, then you have come to your reading. Let's begin. Let's see what you need to know about. And you have the Page of Cups. You're inquiring about an idea on your mind, that whether you should go ahead with it or not, that you're so passionate about, that you have so much love for, that you see potential in. You're inquiring about this particular thing on your mind. That is some sort of, how do I put it? That's something like your baby, and you want to know whether working on this would be a good idea or not. Now, this can go in any direction. It could go in your career direction. It could go in your love direction. It could also go in travel direction, that you are wondering whether you should move to this place or not, Would it be a good idea or not? So take how it resonates, okay? Now, let's see how it would affect you. Oh my God, you have the 10 of Swords. It's gonna be really burdensome for you guys, okay? At least in the beginning. It's going to be really burdensome, and to the extent that you would want to run back home at some point of the time, that, okay, I think I made a wrong decision, and I think it was good till the time it was an idea, and I shouldn't have, moved ahead in this scenario, in this particular direction. You might some of you actually might face losses. Now, depending on whatever your inquiry was, this is how it would affect you. And I'm really sorry, because this is a really heavy card, and I just have to say what the card represents, and I can't just sugarcoat, guys. So I'm sorry, but let's see the answer you need to hear right now regarding this. And the answer is Ace of Swords. Wow, thank God. Now, what it is being told to you here is that even though if you go ahead with this, whatever idea you have in your mind, and face losses and basically negative scenario for you, there would be a time in the future that would come almost miraculously that can take away the harsh effect of this situation. I'm not saying it would completely take it away, but I'm saying that it may take, let's say, I'm just giving an example. Let's say if someone has a disease and the doctor says that person has just few days remaining, well, maybe suddenly some miracle might happen, and the time period would increase for the person to live to, let's say, another 50 years or 10 years or whatever. Or let's say if somebody's got a deep cut, and the moment a person gets cut, and everyone is like, oh my god, what is going to happen? But in the right time, when the doctor is able to tender to the patient, the doctor says there's nothing to worry about, it's just gonna be like a scar on this part of your body, and rest everything is going to function normally. So something like that might happen, and that's, guys, a good news. Okay, so even though there could be a fallback, it won't be like a completely dead situation where you won't be able to turn around and do something else. Okay, or start the same thing with a fresh eye, with a new perspective. And now let's check, how do you apply this into your life? You have the 5 of Wands. You can't just sit quiet and let others do whatever they want to do. If you want to let your idea be a winner, whatever this is, a love situation, a career situation, a travel situation, whatever, you want to go and study abroad and you want to ask your parents, you need to get into some communication, even to the extent that you might have to convince them, argue with them, fight with them. Something needs to be communicated. You can't just fold your arms and sit that, okay, God will come and help me. No, God may just come to help you once you fall down completely, just because God might have not decided for you to fall down to that level in that point of time. So that's when God might just come miraculously. But if you don't stand up and speak for yourself, do the right talking, everything doesn't have to become a fight or a war. Things can very nicely be spoken to and communicated to. In fact, you could become the person who helps in ending certain fights, and that can lead to some sort of victory for your first idea. Let's say if 2 families were fighting forever since generations, and let's say you found a partner in that family, and now how are you gonna, it almost sounds like a film story, but if you want to marry that person, you need to bring a resolution between those 2 families, right? So that's what you need to do, bring them together. Yes, there might be some initial quarrels, but plan it out properly and then work around it peacefully with some creativity. And of course, since a partner is with you, maybe with the help of your partner, and try to bring a resolution so that you both also can come into some sort of a union. This is just an example. I don't know what your idea is, so you need to work accordingly. Now let's say if you're already in the situation where you have gone ahead, you are already facing the wrath of the time, then what you are being asked to do is sit down, take a break, if possible take a holiday, come back with a fresh mind, and now open your books again and see where you went wrong. What happened? What could have happened? What could you have done better that could have led to some better solution? You need to first bring peace to your mind, and then the solutions can come to you. Okay, so this is what is being highlighted here. Now let's see if you have any yes or no question on your mind. Now is the time to ask that, and if you don't have, then I will try to relate it to the reading. And the answer is yes. Wow, that's great. So yes, you would be able to come out of a miserable situation if you follow the right guidance that is being provided to you, or if any brilliant idea that comes to your mind, which is not just sitting around and hoping and wishing that some miracle would happen. Because once you take some action, then definitely miracles can happen, but action is definitely required. Now let's see, any timeline provided to you? Not the right time. So maybe this idea is actually not the right time to execute. Maybe if you wait for some more time, think over it, plan it through, later come back after a while, then maybe the situation wouldn't be so miserable, and you may not have to go through the pain and the burden that is kind of highlighted here. So maybe you need to wait a little bit and plan a little bit more further and think it through and see if this idea is even worth the shot. Okay, and the final guidance for you from the Angel Answers Oracle is abundance. Wow. So you're being asked to work with an abundant mind, abundant state of mind, and not from the lack mentality. Okay, this is what is being highlighted. So don't think small, think big, and that would actually help you. All right, that's all I have for you guys. See you next time. Bye bye. Om.